Good morning, everyone. I am Rose Estianan from BizEd English 1A, and today we're gonna tackle all about the physical self, the material self, the spiritual self, and sexual self. So let's start with the physical self. So what is physical self? So physical self refers to one's own physical being, encompassing aspects like the body, the structure, the appearance, health, and overall physical well-being. And it also involves how an individual perceives and takes care of their body, including like fitness, nutrition, and personal grooming. According to Erik Erikson, he believed that the importance of the body from early development, physical as well the intellectual, will somehow serve as basis whether a person has achieved a sense of competence and be able to manage and face the demands from complexities. So that's all for the physical self. So let's move on to the material self. What is material self? So based on my research, according to William James, it pertains to the object, places, or even people which have label mind. So it means that material self is the possessions are viewed as extension of individuals' identities. For instance, your clothes reflect certain aspects of your personality and you designate them as my wardrobe. So material self means that the things that you want in life, like the things that you need, the things that you want, and you want to get. That's the material self. So since we are done with the material self, so let's move on to sexual self. So what is sexual self? So sexual self is the concept and the cognitive perspective on the sexual aspect of self and refers to the perception of a person as a sexual creature. And that means that it identifies of who you are, of what you are, if you are a female or a male. And it is also the predicator of sexual outcomes and consists of interpersonal and interpersonal aspects developed along with changes in sexual growth and experiences. So sexual self is a very important also type of yourself because you are able to know if you're a female or a male. But not all female are girl and not all male are boys. So we have different like the LGBTQ, which is a part of our community today. So that's all for the sexual self. So since we are done with the sexual self, let's move on to spiritual self. So what is spiritual self? So the spiritual self is the most intimate, inner subjective part of the self. So the spiritual aspect of the self is the inner essence, the part of the self that connects the person to the sacred, the supernatural, and the universe. So why is the spiritual self very important in one person? So without the spiritual self, we are not able to continue the life. So each of us has different religion, and it is important because without religion we are nothing. And the spiritual self is the most very important part of being a person because it indicates the things that you believe and the things that you need to do in order for you to become a person. So that's all for the day. I hope that you have learned something from me all about the physical self, material self, and spiritual self, and also the sexual self. So that's all for today. Thank you and goodbye. God bless.